So let's talk about regrets. It's so sad. It's so sad. I now own a Prius. It's now the same as a Prius. Alright guys, what's going on? And welcome to another in-car vlog where I talk to you about my biggest regret. And obviously, if you couldn't tell from the start of this video, I am very, very regretful about turning off the cold start. And I know that's like, well, obviously the cold start is one of the best parts of turning on a performance car and yada yada. And you know, when I was talking with Mike from BPM Sport Tunes, it's funny because I wouldn't say convinced me, but he explained to me why a cold start with no primary cats is a waste. You know, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of extra fuel that it puts and all that stuff. And although that is true, I'm sorry, I'm just old school and just really like the sound. So that is a number one regret for the Tune right now. I will be adding that back in at some point, hopefully in the next maybe few weeks, you know, maybe a month, the long shot, maybe a month. Ooh, it's really bumpy right here. So yeah, so I would definitely say the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is if you have the option, whether it's BPM or any car, any tune at all, I know it's very obvious, but I decided to turn off my cold start. And if you don't know what that is, it's where you turn on a car, any car has this, and the revs stick around like 1,000 RPM for like 30 seconds to a minute maybe, and then they drop back to kind of normal, wherever it is normally. And the point of doing that is dumping extra fuel into, you know, the engine dumps extra fuel and it heats up the cats much quicker and it gets them working. And really that's an emissions thing that they turn on to warm up the cats so they start working, so it's efficient. So they're able to pass the, you know, governmental regulated stuff of once you start driving, the cats are, you know, working or whatever it happens to be. But if you don't have cats, it's pointless to dump extra fuel. And it's not, I didn't really do it for mileage or wasting gas or anything. It just seemed like a waste. So normally I do warm up the car. I just did a quick video. I did a review on my Lux lights and I ranted about a few other things. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. And if it's possible it's not up yet, I don't know what order I'm doing, but I'll definitely link it below. I'll try to do my best, and comment if I don't give you that information, because every once in a while I do forget when I say it kind of in the middle of the video. So definitely do not turn off your cold start. This video is going to be kind of all over the place. The second thing that's kind of going on is I keep going back and forth about getting new cameras. So I want to talk to you guys right now. I really, really, really hope that the footage on the camera of me in the car is good, because I just bought a new in-car camera mount that's extremely solid and it was fairly expensive. It's called the Gecko single mount, I believe is the name of it. And this freaking Prius, see, the Prius has no respect for others on the road, obviously. So this Gecko camera mount is the one I use. It has, normally the one that I have already is the double. Actually I have it in my bag right here, which is awesome. It's $40 or $50 or $60, but this thing is actually legit. If you're ever wanting a outside camera mount or something that's, I use that outside. It works well over 100 miles an hour. Just not that I've ever drove that fast, but if you want to know my opinion, it does work over 100 miles an hour in the rain. So I would highly, and it does have, I've never used a full GoPro. The Session, the tiny little one, which I'm using to film the road right now, is the one that I use because it's little, it's less expensive than all the other ones. So if I did lose it, it's not as big of a deal. So that is what I use. I upgraded to the single Gecko mount, which has a lot less vibrations. It's a little easier to move into the right place because it has the pivot thing, and I hope to God you can tell me if there's this is a very bumpy road, so if there is going to be vibrations, it's kind of going to be on this road regardless. But the other cheaper one, I don't think I have it. Oh, maybe I do. Yeah. So this one actually kind of looks like the Gecko, except for the Gecko has a little extension that you can swivel around. Let me know if you like that mount. I will put it in the description. I really do like it. Hopefully, like right now, I mean, the road is pretty smooth, so if there's any bumps, you should not be feeling them at all. We're gonna put it in M mode, and if anyone has any questions about M mode, it's called M mode, but it's MDM has selected. Let's do a little. This car feels more mature, by the way. I don't know if I said that in my review, but it feels more like I can do what I want to do with it. What is this fucker doing? Wow, I missed that. I missed that, and I need gas. 48 miles. We can go to Cleveland and back. Jesus. Oil temp is good. Okay, that is the new mount. The second thing I'm talking about is cameras. I want to, in the long run, get like a 70D or an 80D with a nice mic, and then potentially a lav mic that I can hook up, because everything about that camera is nicer, except it's huge. And one reason why originally when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't film that many videos is because the camera I had, it was one that didn't have autofocus. That was one of the biggest issues. It was the size. Oh, that's a C63S. Holy shit, that's why I heard the rumblies back there. But anyways, the big ass cameras tend to get in my way. We can't go anywhere, as you can see, because there's a Tundra and there's a Toyota. There's all kinds of family in front of us trying to get to wherever the hell they're going. Probably nowhere important. But the big cameras just tend to make me not want to vlog. They're big, you have to turn them on, they're harder to manage, they fall, you can't put them in your pocket. Right now, if you're wondering, I have the G7X, the Canon G7X, and I love it. I had the first gen, and then the autofocus started getting like noisy. I could hear it. I don't think you guys could hear it, but I could hear it in the videos, and that really bugged me. So I sold that, got the Gen 2 or the Mark II G7X, and never looked back. I have the little fuzzy microphone thing on top, and that's my setup. And then I have the little session. So those are the two cameras. This is a $700 camera, at least at the time. The G7X, which is extremely expensive. Oh, you could buy this with the 700. You could do, yeah. But do you know how much I do with this camera that I've never done with any other camera? I vlog and do videos. It's literally, it takes less than 4 seconds to turn on. And if it takes any longer than that, or it's harder to turn on, because you have to get your finger right and you have to press the record. And I know it sounds really, really picky, but when you're trying to do those quick, you know, flicks, you're trying to flick it on, you're trying to get the screen in place, you're trying to autofocus. The autofocus, well, of course the light is all fucked up now because the sun's behind me, but if you guys didn't notice, the autofocus and the light balance in this camera, for what it is, being a mirrorless camera, is extremely good. It's honestly on another world. It makes any, you know, not any camera in this class. I mean, there's no other camera this package that has this good. I know the Sony A6500 is very good, but it's big and it has all the Sony proprietary shit, and I don't want to deal with it. I just don't, because I'm going to be in the hole 2-3 grand, and I'm not going to have a lot of benefits for it. So until my channel is big, I'm not going to do that. The GoPro, I honestly only use it because it gives a little jazz to the videos. The Session, I think, still has really shitty quality. I can't use it for audio. Virtually none of it is good, and I can't hook it up to audio because it's the cheap little one. And I'll have to upgrade to a regular, like a 5 or something like that, maybe a 4, get one on eBay. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Session, other than the package, you know, the Session being a very small package. Those are the few things that are going on with me. My tune is running great. I don't know if I mentioned, I will have a bunch of, you know, videos and information. If there's anything that you guys are wondering, or questions that I never answer, like what do? I'm in finance, I'm in wealth management. That's what I do. That's what actually pays most of the bills. 95% of the bills are fine, through my job. If I can make this more of a job and more of an income, then that's even better, because I can just do more fun stuff. There's nothing, I don't have anything against that. That would be sweet, actually. And slowly but surely it's happening. If you guys have any questions, I want to do maybe a designated Q&A. I'm going to accumulate the questions, so now is a good time for me to ask you, what do you want to know that I don't talk about enough, whether it's product stuff, whether it's M3 stuff, Jeep stuff, plans for whatever. You know, keep in mind, like, I'm pretty specific on things I want to do. Like, someone's like, why didn't you do the burbles? You know, I have an answer exactly why I didn't do a burble tune for my M3. If you're wondering, the reason is it feels kind of annoying because how loud my car is now. I'm very happy with it. I think it's classy, kind of, and it gets a little nasty, but it's very dailyable if I want to daily it. I don't daily it every day. When it's nicer out, I kind of do. Of course, there's literally film, guys, set up a camera. Here we go. Shit. He's not even driving on the right side of the road. Wow. Oh, my ears. Holy shit, man. He was on the wrong side of the road. Chris, tell me, is that normal? The fire trucks drive on the wrong side of the road now? They do whatever they want. Actually, I don't have a problem with that. Get to the fire, go however way you want. Those guys risk their lives to put up fires, so I'm just kidding around. That's fine. As long as it's not actually like too dangerous, whatever they're doing. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know the in-car vlogs, there's not like a ton of stuff going on, but tell me questions, leave comments. I'd love to read the comments. My last 2 videos on the tune related things, BPM tunes, 10% off in the description below. Brandon BM3, you get 10% off the market price, which is 80 bucks. I know a bunch of guys already ordered, so that, thank you, appreciate it. It helps me prove that my relationship with them is legit and worth it. Worth the time, worth the phone calls, worth emails, all that stuff. I stick my neck out and I feel dumb if it wasn't the case, you know, what I tell the companies I work with and it doesn't actually happen. I would feel silly. So I do appreciate it, the support. That does support me. I don't get anything from the tune discount, but I get the satisfaction of knowing that you guys are able to utilize that. That's the method I go into every company I work with right now. So anyways, leave a comment below, as I mentioned, subscribe, and let me know any thoughts. Open field. Just don't be a douchebag about it or anything like that. That's all I ask. And there's Asian guys staring at my camera setup, which could be way more intense. I mean, let's be honest here. Yeah, so anyways, as I have already like rambled like way too long, off to the gym, getting the fitness in, post Arnold session, feeling little as usual. I'll see you guys next time. Traction, baby. It's 43 degrees. Where is it? I don't have anything. 2,000 RPM. Very, very conservative. This actually is Prius. Downshift to second. It's easier. It's easier. I swear to God, it's easier. I can't stop. Pre-workout is kicking in. Pre-workout plus traffic is never smart, guys. I don't understand what's going on here. Do not understand. I forgot I had pre